No, it's not still. It's actually, I have my acoustic guitar, and there's a piano that they have at two of the venues. So I get to, bounce from those two instruments. So I'm not using any background tracks. It's not electric or anything like that. It's straight acoustic, and I get to play, a variety of different kind of songs. My songs, other artists, kind of mix it up, depending on the vibe of the room and what, when you're up there, you can, I know a whole bunch of songs, so it's a matter of just putting a cool little mix on everything. Mm. But I'm actually on this, I'm definitely going to put my music more in the forefront and just let the other stuff just be like, hey, this is just some coloring around the main thing. Mm-hmm. Because, one time, just like we discussed earlier, you have to let them know, like, hey, this is what I'm doing, but I'll entertain you with a little of this and that, but this is what I want you to remember more than anything.
Right. Mm. Now, have you ever thought about maybe...
you're already...
Go ahead. Go ahead and finish what you're saying. I'm sorry.
What was that?
Okay.
I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. Have you ever thought about maybe having your band opening up for Erotic City? Give them both a little bit?
Oh, yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay.
I've done that. I've done that before, but because of the recent events, it's kind of hard to get people to separate. You know what I mean? Because for one, they're mainly coming for something they know already. For me to do that, I would definitely have to make it more separate. When I do this from now on. Mm-hmm. So that way, there's no distractions because, they already know when they walk in there, like, they want to hear, Little Red Corvette, Kiss, Raspberry. They have this idea that that's what they're going to get. If they know they're coming for something that's different, then that's even better. So it's kind of challenging trying to put my music in front of his music of anything, and it's the same band. Yeah. And I just dress up different and do everything. They're still almost looking at me the same way they look at me when I'm doing the Prince things. I'm like, all right, I have to do two things here. Separate it. Do a J-Ride and do it by itself, or do that in the company of another original band out there. Like open up for a different, like another major original band instead of the whole Prince thing. You know what I'm saying? So, that way you got, that's the energy I have to focus on when I do the whole fully J-Ride release thing. Is not mix it in with the Prince stuff. I mean, I might tease it, and play around, because people will look at me like that, like, hey, you know who you look like, right? And I'm like, Richard Pryor? And he'll be like, you know who you look like. You got that song, right? And I'm like, all right. So I can kind of use it to my advantage in the show some kind of way, and just, just make it funny and humorous, but make it still like, oh, okay, he gave us a little piece. That was good. Now back to this whole, J-Ride thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you mix in a little bit of, like, a couple of Prince songs here and there while doing your own stuff, do you still keep it as you would do it with Erotic City, or do you change it up specifically to match your own?
No, when I do Erotic City, surprisingly, I'm doing them songs, but surprisingly, I'm doing them almost like as if I wrote them songs. Like, I'm doing it my way. I'm like, Prince recorded it a certain way, and when he plays it live, he always changes it every time you see him play it. It's never the same. So I'm like, if that's how he does it, then I want to take a version and play his song, but I'm going to play it and add a lot of my own to it. So when we're doing, 1999 and some of these songs that you see at an Erotic City show, you'll definitely be like, wait a second. Whoa! Because it's just a different energy we put to a lot of his songs. Now, if I'm doing my J-Ride thing and I want to pick a couple Prince songs, man, that's tough. But my favorite Prince song is The Beautiful One. I would definitely probably incorporate that in my J-Ride show. There's something about that song that just, starts off soft and mystical, and then it ends rocking. There's so much of emotion in that song. You know what I mean? You have to hear that song. And I'm like, that song definitely captures a lot of, how I write stuff. Right. One song seems like it's one song seems like it's three songs. You know what I mean? You can feel this energy and emotion that goes through it. Next thing you're like, wow, it started off like this and ended like that. Wow. So, yeah, that's an intense song. Purple Rain, if I did that, oh, yeah, I mean, that's just so expected, but it would be so honorable at the same time. You know what I mean? Because it's one song that all of his fans connect with.
Oh, yeah.
So even if they anticipated it, it'd be like, yep, I knew he was going to do it, but guess what? When he does it, that song brings the house down. And that's what you need. You need a song that's going to bring the freaking house down, even if it ain't yours. Jimmy did it with Hey Joe, and, you know, everybody took a song from somebody else and made it just as big. Well, shoot, use it. That's what the song was written there for, you know? Take it to another level with your own interpretation.
Some of my favorite bands, while they're known for their original stuff, of course, I mean, multiple albums, that kind of thing, there's always a couple times where they might have a cover that they're really super well known for, that they play almost like at every show, and it's almost like a fan favorite kind of thing. It doesn't really overshadow their own stuff, but it's something that the fans, they expect, because they're like, oh yeah, they just do this cover so well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, the Stones done it, the Beatles done it, Elvis done it, Jimmy, I mean, everybody has done it. They took in songs that weren't even their songs and did something to them, and next thing they made it their own. Guns N' Roses, I mean, every band somewhere out there has taken somebody's song and made a brilliant version of it.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Well, that reminds me of Bajas and that's Peter Murphy from the 70s, 80s. They did Ziggy Stardust, and it arguably got bigger than Bowie's own version, and Bowie loved it. He thought it was great. I mean, he didn't mind that it had gotten more chart success than his own.
Yeah,
he just loved how they did it.
Yeah, I mean, they made it bigger, then they made Bowie bigger. You know, but it's his song. You know, so there's no he shouldn't, or anybody shouldn't be envious or jealous of that. I'm glad I heard something that somebody else loved so much that they decided to do it and put it out there again. That's, I think, a huge honorable freaking thing for somebody to do.
Well, another one who also redid it was the Fat Boys. They redid Wipeout with Bobby Checkers. What is his name?
Yeah.
You can't
there's just so many. There's just, so many people have done that.
Yeah, and they whipped it out and wrapped it and then brought him and it was Twisted again. Yeah, it's called Twister, and they brought his voice in it. Actually, or mixing it together, and it was really nicely done. To what was it, a '60s song? So it was very, very well done, and so they made a cover song that made it their own. So that's another prime example too.
Yeah, and I think even with me coming out on my own thing, it's totally okay as long as you make it sound and make it look good. If you're gonna do, if you're gonna do "Let's Get It On" by Marvin Gaye, and do a damn good version of it. So people don't look at so people don't look at you like you just killed the song. They want to be like, "Damn, wow, did he rock that song?" And that's what you want people to leave. You want them leaving feeling just like that, whether it's your song or somebody else's. You want them remembering, like, wow, what an amazing freaking time I just had. Listening to classics, and he introduced me to some new stuff, and everything was just amazing. That's how you need to be. Well, that's what I want to do. Every artist has their own agenda out here, but with me, with the music and the fashion and all of that stuff, it relates to a lot of people. Because fashion makes you think of an era. You see, like, hey, that reminds me of some cool hippie stuff back in the 60s and 70s. Or it might be something even, bold and crazy like in the 80s and stuff, or the 90s, or it doesn't matter. Fashion is a perfect marriage to music.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
There's fewer things almost depressing, or more depressing, than when one of your favorite artists says, oh, yeah, we're working on a new cover song, and you're so excited, and then it's just not very good. And that happens sometimes, and you're just like,
there's been a few of those. There's been a few of those, yeah. I don't want to name who they are, but there's been a few. Well, then we'll be caught up in some stuff there, boy. You think Trump and Hillary had something? Be like, oh my God, look what kind of mess we just started.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what did you do to this song? You killed this song. What's wrong with you?
Oh my God! Yeah,
there's the people who do the songs where they do it exactly the same as its original recording with no variation of any kind, And it's like, okay, I see you were trying to do a tribute and trying to preserve the song being authentic and everything, but you didn't add anything. And it was like,
oh my God, yeah, it's like when Tom Jones did the version of Kiss. You know, it was wild. I was like, you know, but then when people mentioned it, everybody thought it was going to sound like a Prince record. It was like complete opposite. I think the music was done by the Art of Noise.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Tom Jones just sang over it. It was a very electronic sounding, you know, really, yeah, it had a funky beat, you know, but just the way Tom Jones taking a sexy funk record like that, I was like, hell yeah, dude. I mean, you know, Tom Jones was already like the sexy beast in the 70s, you know, the tight pants and the gorilla hair on his chest. I was like, yeah, this dude got it going on with that. So that song seemed very appealing to Tom.
All right, so let's take a little
small break. I want to dance now.
Oh yeah, well we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance right now. We're gonna play what is the song called? Johnny's Gotta Make You Dance. Is that what
Johnny's gonna make you dance.
Yes, that's up next.
See, everybody listening, that's the challenge, because you got to let us know in the chat room if Johnny has made you dance.
And also, when we get back, everyone in the chat room, get ready for your questions, because you guys are on the hot seat asking Julian questions. We're not taking phone calls tonight because I still have not fixed Skype. I don't know what's going on. I definitely got to call them. I thought I did. I swear to God, I thought I did, but I didn't. So, and also we'll come back and talk about his songwriting. See how long he takes to do stuff and where he gets inspiration. Okay? All right. Anyway, here is Johnny Gonna Make Ya Dance. As Holly said the last song, crank it up. It's a very, very slow starting song. There we go.
Understand